And now, we have our guest speaker for tonight, Mr. Vinnie Smiles Chopra. He is a mogul in the multifamily and commercial real estate world. He has such great information in his presentations. You guys are gonna learn a lot, and I hope you enjoy.
We're going to go really quickly. I'm from Danville, California. We've been living in the Bay Area for 39 years. We've been married 39 years. So we moved here just when we were little kids. My wife and I, we had 2 children over here, went to school. One went to Berkeley, one went to UCLA, and just blessed, really blessed. Other people money, there's so much money out there, but we could have so much fun with it because $26 trillion is in the retirement funds. I think it's gone down a little bit with the, crash, a little bit, adjustment in December. But even though if it's $23 trillion of money people have in retirement accounts, we could help them. Only 3 to 5% of that is in real estate. Just that little. It's amazing how to manage all the way. We do all our things, blueprints, deal finding, analyzing, LOI stage, closing, and we also manage all our multifamily assets. So I have 5 companies. I'd love to share, the kind of story as we go on. And with markets correcting, more opportunities will be there. Would you be ready? So let me kind of get to know you a little bit. How many of you are in real estate already? Okay, good, very good. How many of you are in IT? IT, there we go. Okay, we are in Silicon Valley. That's a good one. How many of you are in education? Okay, we have right there, thank you. And then how many of you are your own business owners? Okay, wonderful. Okay, fabulous. I hope I'll be able to, kind of cater my talk and things like that for all of you. I'll be discussing my story of humble beginning. Actually, Jennifer talked about it, how I had sold coaching galore, spent $165,000 in education. I believe in investing in myself and my teams and everything. When I started this 12 years back in multifamily, I've been a motivational speaker all my life. Right after I sold, books, most people coming from India had $7 to $10 in their pocket. That's when we do, what happens. But then I sold outside, Atlanta, outside Pulaski, Aiken, South Carolina. I think there is a slide on that one. My message is on mindset, passion. We'll talk about that. Why multifamily, sure bet thing in real estate, all that stuff. And then I just kind of put it all together in 5 plates. I'm an engineer, mechanical engineer. So I was getting so much confused when people were trying to tell me, you know what, you want to do multifamily? It's so hard. So I just put it down in 5 plates. I said, if I can spin 5 plates effectively, I'll be a good one. And that's what I'd like to kind of share with you also, what those 5 plates are. The mission and vision of our successful business models through the teams of people. We have 67 full-time employees now in just 4 years, because I've started a brand new company 4 years back. Before that, we started 11 years, which we have done already some syndication cycles. I'll share that with you. And right there, over 50 million. Right now, we are doing the biggest syndication that we are doing right now, 506C for $50 million raise. So we'll talk about that later. Oh, I could do both ways, right? That's pretty good. So I could go. Disclaimer again, strategies mentioned tonight in the presentation may not be appropriate for everybody. My attorneys, 5 attorneys on my team, they tell me that I want to keep it there for a little bit so that you can see that other options not mentioned may be more suitable for your specific circumstances. Consult your personal accountants, tax advisors, and attorneys to discuss your specific situation. Past performance is no guarantee of the future results. And again, real estate purchasing subject to investment risks. And while every effort is made to maintain accurate and current information, the possibility of error occurs. Okay, a little bit. Thanks to my daughter. She designed this really cool thing, kind of like a little chart for me. Arrived here, sold Bible, encyclopedias, right there, mechanical engineer, and arrived in, then MBA at George Washington University, motivational speaker, real estate broker in 2004. that's when the light bulb just came on, almost 14, 15 years back. I was thinking about selling or leases, I remember, or, selling homes. We even started almost a business as a brokerage house. Then we shut it down. We got license and everything, but we never opened the doors. Because I believe that I can just give away 10,000, 5,000, 15,000 and not really get into something that I don't want to do. That's how it is. And that's where we did it. Started Ideal Investments Group in 2007, 12 years back. And then we started Monil in 2014 November was our first acquisition. And we'll show you some of those results in a little bit as we go along. So founder and CEO of 5 companies, over 200 million. This is a little bit about the numbers. These are real numbers, by the way, no fake numbers here. So this is what we have done, 26 syndications, 12 in the last 24 months, 18 to 43% returns per annum. I started with zero investors sitting in their, living rooms, let's say. And they said, Vinnie, how much experience you have? I said, 0. He said, where are you buying it? Texas. Are you going to move there? No. He said, oh my gosh. He said, well, you're genuine. You're really straightforward. I want to give you money. Okay, how much? So he wrote a check. And that's what he did. By the way, that first property we bought, we gave our investors 43.3% per year. Do you think they wanted to tell more people about it? Yes. Now we have 130 investors from 0 to 130. I think there's a slide. I'm just jumping ahead of time. So 31 apartments, 165 spent on internal education, blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then it's over here. Again, it's been a pretty good thing. I really have this motto in my life. I want to have joyful life and share the joy with other people. Want to have a ripple effect, joy. Because I retired. My wife says, you retired, but you're working harder than before. Because I love it. I just totally love it. It's just so exciting when you don't have to worry about W2 clock, getting up in the morning at the right time, even though I do the miracle morning and exercise and all that and yoga, all that. So these are some of our results. We have given even like 68.52% return, 17, that's per annum, 32.44 this one was a big bummer. We learned, from the situation. And my investors were attorneys, by the way, in this deal. But they were so happy that we were so transparent and we met with the investors and everything. They could see our genuineness in the whole thing in 19 and 18 and all that. Investors are gold. Those are my philosophies. Investors are gold. Residents are gold. Team members are gold. Vendors are gold. Commercial brokers, legal team, asset management, marketing, all these, tax, all these people. I've been interviewed by about 58 different podcasts. If you just Google me, Vinnie Chopra, you will come across all of them, 5 pages, 6 pages full with all the different YouTube videos and things like that. The key thing is to change or not to change. So the mindset is so important because if we believe, we can achieve, right? We all have heard that, right? So the thing is, okay, what we were doing, what were the whys last year, and what are the whys this year? How would we do something different this year that's going to exponentially change the results? See, that's the key thing, right? We set goals and dreams can be put into, again, the big thing is consciously and subconsciously to have those affirmations and all over the place I talk about, on the mirror and all, and in the car and, looking at them every day, all those things, then their results are much better. And what are your whys this year? As compared to last year and how we're going to change. All of you are very, very successful. So, that's something we can just kind of talk a lot more on this one slide actually, but time won't permit me. So change is success. I really believe that. I really believe that incrementally, if we can really change slowly and form the different habits and form, whatever 2-3 things we want to change from last year to this year, we will be able to see success. Oh, this is like, what's the whys for me? We enjoy travels, we do charitable trust, build schools, scholarships, special needs schools, religious organizations, try to go 3 to 5 trips, and our children and ourselves. And this is another slide my assistant made. My wife said, don't give me diamonds, but take me to the world. So I'm trying to do that, take her out as much as I can so that we can see the world. So the whys are so important in life to really accomplish kind of things that you want to do. And then again, mindset and commitment to goals is so strong. It has to be. Really, the mental toughness to really commit to the goals on a weekly, daily, monthly, yearly, 5-yearly, you got to write them down and then give yourself feedback straight in the face and say you did it or you didn't do it. Or if you did it, rewards. What are the rewards? That's the key. And then again, our behavior, disciplined execution of critical activities, handling rejection. I find that is the number one thing that paralyzes us many, many times, is not really taking good of the rejections we get from the family, from colleagues, from clients, from people all over. If we can really take care of our mental attitude, when we get rejection, we'll just go wonders. We can do so much. Then the other part is the lack of massive action. I believe that we can do a lot of things, 5 days of work in 2 days. I really believe that. 1 month's work in 1 week maybe. Because if we can concentrate on A and B activities and not worry about the D's and E's and F activities, many times we get to be really not proactive, but reactive. We all become in that case there. But who was there? I think I was listening somewhere. They said that before 10 o'clock in the morning, most of the multimillionaires and billionaires, they have accomplished everything they want to do. By the 10 a.m., they get up so early in the morning, and by 10 o'clock, they're done. So after that, they're in the chaos of their businesses. And they don't need to worry because they have accomplished their major goals already. So lack of massive action, procrastination, postponement is really, 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 really important that we keep that. And cultivating a no-fear attitude is so important. What is the worst thing can happen? So taking that plunge, taking that step to move to that direction where you have been wanting to go would be awesome. So I hope these are just some of the things I believe they hold us back, in our life, in our goals, in our dreams. My world has been syndications. I know we had, I think the group that broke out, we talked about syndications. I love this world. I know, and I just mentioned it to you all. Didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about anything, all these things. But the thing is, multifamily, I caught that vision way back, about 12, 14 years back, stayed true to that. A lot of people came on the way to deviate me. And they said, Vinnie, buy this industrial, buy this mobile home, buy this, like that. I just stayed true because the fundamentals are strong. See, if the economies of scale can happen, 20 homes scattered all over the city or across the states, you have to deal with all 20 transactions. And if one person leaves, it's 100% vacant. If we have 20 units in one building, then 2 people leave. Who cares? Well, no, we care, but the thing is 19 or 18 people left will be able to pay the mortgage and all that, and you have a maintenance person right there, 50 units, 70 units, 100 units. It just made sense. Being an engineer, it just made sense to me 14, 15 years back, and I stayed true to that. So there are lots of different statistics. We could provide you, all that. Mission, vision, goals. The big thing is to show how the property value increases in 5 years or 4 years or 3 years, like that. How can it go from 1.5 million to 2.236? And that is where we talk about the RUB system, where we do the bill back of the utilities, the coin laundry machines, if they don't or they're not operating properly, we put value into that. And then the bill back is right there. Then, of course, the rent increase, again, it depends on when you are purchasing the property at the right point, where there is market comparison of rent, where it's a differential of $100 a month to $200. I bought properties where it was $400 differential. Actually, we just sold one yesterday. I'd like to share that with you. And we got $4.6 million wired, and the investors are going to make 94%, total returns in just 4 years, So they get their money back, plus they get $93,000 check also very soon, next week, I think. So all these things are, again, I designed these things to show it to the investors. See, the thing is, in syndication, you got to have investors to buy into your idea. And how can you have them buy into the idea is not being a salesperson, but you want to be a consultant. And you want to show them how it's a good way to invest in multifamily, how they will be getting paid, why all these things. So there's a 30-page beautiful brochure that we give out to our students and all that in the academy with all the nice pictures and all that we have put together. So this just pictorially shows all the investors how they're going to make returns, how the cash flow and the equity, and then together they will be able to have it, Okay, I don't know if it'll go back right there. So the totals of the equity return is right there. There should be one more slide which kind of combines the two, which is missing here. I think my assistant didn't put it, but that's okay. So the thing is, this is like we have the appreciation of the equity. We divide that by 5. As you can see, then it's 10.6666. In the last slide was the cash flow slide, as you all see that, right? So it's 8, 9, 9, 10, 12. So this is the cash flow, and then this is the return. The total is the 2 is what the investors are getting. Alrighty. Yeah, do you love? I hope you do. How many of you are in multifamily, if I may ask? Okay, good. Are you on the LP side? How many on the LP side, limited partner side? How many on the GP side? Okay, general partners, sponsors. Thank you. Okay, great. So, that's what it is over here. Actively, when I say multifamily investing, actively means it's you are sponsoring it. You are on the loan. You are finding the deal. You are underwriting the deal. You are managing the deal. All that stuff, right? That's active. Passively are the Class A members in a syndication process. We call it private placement memorandum with the regulation D, 506B. B is for the boy, which is family and friends with pre-existing relationships. You could bring their money into the deal, and then you can have up to 35 sophisticated investors in that deal, one deal. Or you can do accredited investors only, which is 506C. 506C where you can advertise, but in 506B you cannot advertise at all. So there are regulations and so forth like that. So let's just take a look at, these are really cool. Why multifamily is the only way? Because look at that, what's happening. USA is a renter's nation. Look at that. It's more and more and more, especially the millennials, the Z, all these people, they are going to be renting till they don't want to go through what their parents went through. They like portability. They like to be in the place where they don't have to mow the lawn. They don't have to take care of other stuff. They want exercise. They want dry cleaning shop right there. They want the, clubs right there, social gathering, everything in those apartments. Look at this here, home ownership, declining. And it's going to keep on declining. There is no site, in place for it to go. Demographics, the mass immigration, what do? They also go into the rentals because they cannot afford, or they don't have the net worth, they don't have the W-2 income to, really get the loans and things like that. Renters, household by quarter. Look at that. Household demand going higher and higher and higher. And lot of different statistics are out there. So many reports come out. I send to my students almost 5-6 articles every other day or so, because I have subscribed to so many places. That way they are on cutting edge also. And I ask them to go ahead and subscribe to them so that they can really get into it. Population of the U.S. set to exceed 60 million in the next 25 years. Where are they going to live? So it's amazing what's going to happen. So renters nation is going to become bigger renters nation. And with the Ubers and with the driverless, with the robots, a lot of things are going to change. The parking lots are going to be changing. The structures of the parking lot, I have a vision that the parking structures of 7-story, 10-story, 15-story will be converted into apartments. Because of the nature of it, they'll be able to figure out ways how to have the road. I mean, somehow, structurally, we'll have to talk to civil engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer, so I don't. But vision is that they will be converted. Otherwise, they'll be left outside. I mean, people, if they don't drive to go to the shopping malls and have all these parking structures because of Ubers standing right outside and all that. Anyway, but again, the thing is, decrease in expenses. These are all profit through appreciation. Decrease in expenses, increase in income, principal reductions, property improvement, growing markets. So all these factors really give you strong basis for increasing the value of the properties, multifamily. And then the other part is the taxes. You have heard that. I mean, our president, Trump, right? A lot of real estate people who have a lot of real estate, they make a lot of money, but they pay zero taxes. They really do. And that's what happens there, with the almost no taxes due to accelerated depreciations. That's a huge one. With the new law that we just passed last year, 2018, 100% of all the expenses to be taken in first year. I mean, this is going to be really changing, life-changing. All these, I don't want to go into a lot of details, but you get the whiff, right? All this. Let's just go really quickly into some real examples because that's the name of the game, right? Syndication model, a win-win-win-win for investors, residents, employees, and vendors. Believe that very thoroughly. 5-step process. Advantages of multifamily investments, less vacancies, economies of scale, forcible appreciation, higher cash flow, tax breaks, depreciation savings, hold their value. Everything right there. Again, what markets are good? Class B properties. We don't go into D's, drugs, and and shotguns and all that. We have never bought it. We don't promote that at all. But emerging markets, that's where the big thing is right there. Follow the jobs, and jobs. And then growing population, value adds, and then the Class B. What's OP? Oh, sorry. I know some of you were taking picture. Please go ahead. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. What's OPM? Again, it's other people's money, how to scale up. I really believe, I think we have a lot of money in Silicon Valley. A lot of you can probably just buy 50 units, 100 units. But if you want to get to 200, 500, 10, 1,000 like that, you will be helping so many of your friends to really see if you could do it in a legal way to put together the family and friend offering, it's called, right? PPM offering. And there you will be able to, look at how to get their money so that they could get returns and without much headache, because you'll be able to do that yourself and get property management company and other things. There's a big things about that. Tremendous passive income streams, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right there. Oh, there it is. I think I mentioned it to you right there. Zero investor to 130, 97% of the commitments I do collect. And the key thing was I give 2% interest to my investors when they wire the money into the LLC account way before the closing. So I've never lost my sleep over it at all because the money is in the bank already. And they love that. From 2%, their regular checking account is getting 0.15% or CD is getting 0.5. I give 2%. So that has really been tremendous to get all the money in the bank at the right time. Again, syndication is not a big gorilla. As I say, this is one of my graphic artists from Philippines. She designed little me there with my mustache. But these are the 5 plates, by the way. Very simple plates, very easy to understand. That's building the super teams of attorneys, just the real estate attorney, syndication attorney, and also a partner with a high net worth. That's all you need. That's your team. Then you get into the brokers. You find the emerging market where you're going to be purchasing it, and then you just start building the broker relationships with the scripts, with calling them and so forth. So that is the first plate, building superb teams. Second one is the investor lists and relationships. That's the big plate. See, the thing is, if you want to scale up in syndication, you need to have more and more of the investor who will come on the dancing table, right, at the closing table, and then they'll be able to put money rightly in legal way. Then the third one is a big plate also. These two are the big plates, by the way. Number 2 and number 3, underwriting. Underwriting is to really do comprehensive analysis quickly and detailed of the property. You fall in love with numbers, not the structure, not anything else, but the numbers got to prove that you are able to do a good job. And then, of course, the fourth one, which is very small plate, in my estimation, is loan qualification. This actually even comes before that, because you are able to talk to a loan broker, find out how much you need to have as net worth combined to take down the building, how much millions of dollars per unit and so forth. So it's a very simple calculation. And then number 5 plate is property takeover and management team, which is actually for the new people. I suggest that, they get the local management company to partner with you so that they are able to take care of the asset on day one, like that, okay? So those are the 5 plates. Simple, easy to remember, and then you can really understand the behind and so forth like that. So, our success formulas have been off-market properties, only listing brokers. I think we should do faster because the time-wise, all that, there are all these things. Of course, the syndication process, a little bit more, dramatically right there, diagram. You could see that right there. And then, we got some more. And some more. I have some ebooks also, if anybody would like to get some ebooks also. But I think Jennifer asked me if she could have the stack of the deck. She'll be able to offer it to all of you. Yeah, so that'll be great. This way you could see that. But you could get these nice, small ebooks. I don't believe in fluff. I like to just do it crisp, clear, easy, instructions, and that way people can understand. How to determine the emerging markets, how to look at the market cycles, how to look at all these different reports, all that stuff. I kind of show it out there. This is what we did. We did 12 syndications in 2.5 years. And all big ones, like 192 units, 156, I think this was Terrace, 150, 160, 140, 107, 120. And then we got these ones right there in the Georgia area, 267, 191, and things like that. Oh, we got very little time. So let me just go ahead. This is for the question answer.
After that, we have 15 more.
Okay, after that, I have 15. After that. Okay, thank you. Okay, that's cool. All righty, we'd love to talk about this one. This is an amazing one. This was our very first one we bought, I think November 19th. I remember dates most of the time. 4 years back, 192 units, 8.7 million. It was off market, actually a napkin listing. What is napkin listing? Nobody has got the listing. It's not in the pocket yet. It's right there at the coffee table that, the seller is trying to tell the broker. And that's what I'm saying. I'm explaining all that in my book coming up. But the thing is, that is the way you want to really build relationships and give the brokers so much fun so that they will think about you. And that's what kept on happening with me in that pocket. I kept on purchasing. They kept on bringing. I kept on purchasing. So closed 12 syndications every second month. Another syndication closed. So this is now worth, just talk to my loan broker, $13.7 million today. 4 years. In 4 years, $5 million gain. Yes, sir. This is in south of Houston. It's in Texas. Yeah. See, you can't do these kind of numbers in California. You can't, really, you cannot. I know, I see a lot of you nod. So true. We just went to Odessa, Midland, San Marcos, Seguin, San Antonio, way back. Now people are going there now in 2018 and 19. We were there in 2009 and 10. So that way we sold all those 16. The first ones we have already sold, turned them over. These ones we are not selling yet because they're making great money. We have not done anything to this property, by the way. Only the dog park, this, that, all that. Just spent a little bit money. But this is the real numbers. See, we show our investors totally real numbers. We show it in pennies. You got to have transparent operation. Because if you are transparent, they will tell more people and more people about it. And that's what it is. We collected about 1.9 million or 7 million, something like that. This is the profit. So we made like, how much? Oh, this year we made, sorry. Last year we made 395,000 net after paying everybody for the investors and us. And this year, this is 2017, this is 2018, right there. And there we made $459,000 net to be given out to the investors. So this is from my presentation with the investors I just had, because every quarter I do a presentation and record it and give it back to the investors. So we give like 2%, 2%, 2%, and then we just gave them 4.83%, plus the equity gains. See, because if you look at 57.4% in 4 years gain, then of course the investors made not just 10.83, but also if we sell it today, they're going to realize that gain also in the equity. But we are not selling. We usually bring it out to the investors and say if they want to do it or not, because you have to have 70% voting, majority vote right there. This was 17. This was last year, by the way. So the same thing. But again, I could just show you again and again. I like to have this slide with my investors also so that they could see it every time, every quarter. We are transparent, we are personable, we are experienced. And if somebody reaches out to us, I take the call. Our investors, only my wife and I know them. No, nobody else in our, maybe VP of Finance, she will know, but otherwise nobody has, their contacts, and we take care of all that. This is the property I just sold, by the way. Just sold yesterday. So bought it for $3.550, just about a month later than the first one you just saw, and 156 units. There were 16 units were burnt. Just like this building was burnt on this side, I built it back up and all that and all that. So we have a gain of like here, right there. We'll be giving away almost 93% back, returns to the investors. This one is selling on February 13th. We are selling this one also. This is under contract in just three and a half years. Bought it for 9.3, selling for 12.750. That's the gain right there. Then Monaco Villa, this is another one. We bought it right there. If you can see, all these properties were like within 2 months or 2 months of each other that we kept on purchasing, and they are worth a lot more. This one was condemned, not really condemned, but the seller did not use it for 3 years, the leasing office. And we just went in there day one, got it all renovated, inside, outside, all that, and now it's just doing wonders. This is what I bought. You could see it right there. This is what we made out of it. That's pretty good, right? Not bad. So right there, this was the corner with the thing. We made a bar and cafes. We make cafes and dog parks and all the different nice facilities in all our communities. This is another one we just purchased actually in Georgia and has gone in value by $3 million in 1 year. In 1 year. Just 1 year. That's amazing. So the power of multifamily is amazing.